Welcome, my name is Leshelle McCarty. I'm the assistant principal here at the school. I'll be doing your interview. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming. So please, Carlie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Carlie Richards. I just graduated from Western Washington with a degree in physical education and health. As part of that degree from Western, I did my student teaching internship at a high school in Burbank, Washington. The school is Columbia High School. And there I worked in various PE classes, and I also worked in some health classes while I was there as well.
Great. Carlie, what do you consider to be your greatest strengths?
I think one of my greatest strengths is I just put my heart and my soul into whatever I do. And so for this particular position, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that my students are successful. One of my driving forces to be a teacher is just to help kids reach their full potential. And I think teachers have a really special position in their work. I think they have an amazing opportunity to be a role model in a bunch of kids' lives, and a positive one at that. I would hope that all teachers strive to be. I know I do, and that's I think one of my greatest strengths is I just really want my students to succeed, and I want to see them reach their full potential.
What do you consider to be your greatest weaknesses?
I think one of my biggest weaknesses is sometimes I'm just a little on the unconfident side. Sometimes I struggle with really believing in myself, and I think a lot of that comes from the content knowledge that you're teaching. As a teacher, you have to be 157% sure that what you're teaching is accurate, and so I think that just learning how to be more confident in what I'm teaching and that just be sure of myself. I think a lot of times I try to be too perfect, and so I think that is where a lot of my uncertainty comes from. So I think being just believing in myself, I try to believe in my students, would go a long way for me in working on my weakness of unconfidence.
Why do you want to work here?
I want to work here because I want to make a difference in the lives of the kids that go here. Like I said before, I think teachers have an incredible position in that they are, you see kids almost all day, 5 days a week. Kids spend a lot of chunks of their time with teachers, and whether they know that or not, are being influenced by things the teachers say and what the teachers do, and I just want to be a positive role model for those kids. I want them to learn how to be good people and well-rounded students so that they can achieve the dreams that they wish to.
Carlie, describe a difficult problem you were faced with in your career and what you did to overcome it.
When I was in college, I played collegiate softball, and I think one of the biggest, I don't know if I would really call it a problem, but definitely an obstacle is, as a team, you have to work together and you all have to buy in to the higher, to what you're all doing. So in our case, we were playing softball, so we bought into each other because we wanted to win a national championship. In a school, you want to buy in as a staff to the mission statement of your school. And I think throughout my 4 years, there was definitely a lot of ups and downs, and had the opportunity to work with a lot of different people as teammates, and just to see how different dynamics worked and how they didn't work. And unfortunately, I feel a lot of the times I was a part of, throughout my 4 years in college, was a part of teams that maybe didn't work so well, and we had various problems. And so a big thing for me that I think I learned out of that was how to work with lots of different types of people and how to come together to reach one common goal. I think that can go a long way, especially in a setting as a school.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself surrounded by youth and making a difference. I have a passion for working with kids. I have a passion for making kids better in whichever aspect of their life that may be. Maybe in 5 years I'm coaching softball, maybe in 5 years I'm working at a high school, maybe I'm working at an elementary school, like maybe I'm the head of the YMCA. Like, I don't really know where life will take me, but I definitely know I will be surrounded by kids and putting my heart and my soul into making kids better people.
Great. What skills do you think are required to perform the job effectively?
I think communication is huge in any type of group setting, especially as a teacher. Your students don't know what you want them to do unless you tell them. And I think that's something I learned a lot in my undergrad at Western. As a young teacher working in the profession, I didn't really know, like, I've communicated like I worked in teams before, but I think a lot of times I forget that other people don't know what's going on in my head. And that sounds silly, but it's true. Like, if I forget a little piece of what my lesson plan was and I don't verbalize that to my students, they might not understand what I need them to understand or the full instructions. And so I think that's really important. And then communication, like staff member to staff member, like teacher to teacher, I think is also really important. Just like open lines of communication and how you receive and give communication, I think is also really important.
Great. Carlie, why should we hire you?
You should hire me because I'm going to give everything I can, everything I have to this school. I was touched my 4 years in high school by the teachers, my classmates, some of the administration that made up that just like a great atmosphere that I have the pleasure of calling like my high school that I went to. And that really drove me to becoming a teacher because I saw how the teachers that I had impacted me, and I saw how they impacted people that were my friends, and I saw how they impact people who weren't my friends, and I saw how they impacted just like all the students that came in and out of their classes and in the hallways. And it might be something as simple as a teacher walking by and saying hi to a group of students in the morning, or something as simple as a teacher coming up to me and asking me how my day was. Like, little things like that just like really made my day and really made me want to be a teacher who touched the lives of their students and who like walked the halls with like integrity and really just brought that out of their students. And I try to pay that forward as much as I can.
Great, thank you. Well, this concludes our interview for the questions. Do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't.
All right, great. Well, thank you for coming in, Ms. Richards. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.